short exercise 3 and 4, but not all the way. Short exercise 3 and 4. They ask for all of these tasks, each and every. So we're ready to do part 1, A and B. Okay? We're not ready to do, and we could do part 2 for A and B. Okay, so I'm on page 588, short exercise 3. At the beginning of the year, Alaska Freight Airlines purchased a used airplane for $43 million. They expect the plane to remain useful for 5 years, 4 million miles. You don't need the 5 years for this one, do you? And you don't need the miles for that one, do you? But the way this book is, and the publisher has done this, is they give you more information than you need so that they can do different exercises off the same stem, the same question stem. That's the stem right there. So you don't need to use every piece of information in every computation. Are you with me? Okay. So they want the depreciation under straight line. This is in millions as opposed to thousands. So we have a $43 million asset, which when we're done with it, it says it's going to have a residual value of $7 million. I don't know that I want to fly on that one. Maybe they'll just park it somewhere and use it for a restaurant or something. I don't know. But anyway, and it says we're going to use it for 5 years. So 36,000 divided by 5 years is $7,200,000 per year. $7,200,000 per year. So that means that at the end of each year, debit depreciation expense, credit accumulated depreciation, $7.2 million for that plan. Any questions? All right. What about units of production? It says 43. We've got the same 43 million minus 7 million. That is called our depreciable base, or the amount of dollars we want to depreciate. The amount of dollars that we want to put into a lot of income statements. We want to divvy it up between the income statements. Okay, is 36 million. The estimated total, it said, well, the only thing you got here is miles. So it expects to be 4 million total miles, which would give you a depreciation per mile of $9. Well, hello, if this was 7.2 million, that's not 9. Okay, you're not done. So it's $9 times, and in the first year we flew, whatever, piloted 1.4 million miles, which is $12,600,000. Debit depreciation expense, credit accumulated depreciation, 12.6. I told you back in chapter 3, one of these days I'm going to teach you how to do the computations. Well, here we go. We're here. This is one day. This is the one day. All right. So, let's see what else I want to do here. I think what I will do now is start my declining balance. No, I will not. I want you to get used to these. I want to do short exercise 5. What do we do if it's a partial year? I want to start declining balance next time. Okay? Because just like we did the FIFO and LIFO one time and then we did the average the next time, I want it to kind of go in your head a little bit. Spread it out a little. So on page 563, because they usually do partial year with a straight line. Page 563 in the middle. So I'm back. If you're following my outline, we've done number 1. We've done 2, A, B, and C. we've done D1 and D2, and I'm skipping to E, rather than doing the declining values, okay? And I'll come back next time, because we only have about like 10 more minutes. So the partial year, it says, and I'll read to you, I don't do that very often. In the previous examples, we calculated depreciation for the entire year. But you know what? Not all purchases are made on January 1st when you're supposed to be eating black-eyed peas and watching football games and the Rose Bowl party, right? Or on December 31st when you're supposed to be shutting everything down early and going to a party. Some things can be bought the other 363 days a year. Who knew? Right? So we always make it so convenient that the year of the asset coincides with the calendar year or with the fiscal year. Well, what if it doesn't? And in this case, it says, what would happen if the business placed the truck in service, and this particular one, on July 1st instead of January 1st? Well, let's go to this particular one because we got this one up here right now. It's $7.2 million for the first year of the asset. But that asset actually affects 6, not 5, but 6 fiscal years, right? Because we bought it here, and we expect to get rid of it there. 5 full years. These are calendar years, fiscal years, right? But we bought it within, so it's going to affect this, and this, 6 years. So for this year, half. So 3.6 million, then 7.2, 7.2, 7.2, 7.2, and 3.6. Does that make sense? Because the assets life year doesn't coincide with our fiscal year. Make sense? So if we did it March 31st, then we would do 9/12 this year, and we do 3/12 that year. So it is 5 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, but these 2 make up 1. Is that clear? So we have short exercise 5. And it says on July 31st, 13, Logan bought a copy machine for $40,400. They expected to last for 4 years, have a residual value of $2,000. They're using straight line. What is the depreciation for that year? It's just the same computation, but we got to do a fraction at the end. So 40,400 minus the 2,000 residual divided by 4 years would give you I don't know, 38,400 divided by 4. They didn't solve that and then multiply it. How much would that be? 38.4 divided by 4. 9,600. Okay. So that would be for year 2, 3, 4, and 5. It'd be 9,600. But for this year, it's 5/12 of that, and for this last year, it's 7/12 of that. Okay. Split it up. All right. You have about 6 minutes. So I'd like you to do short exercise 4, computing the second year of depreciation for the first 2. So I want you to do 1A and 1B on short exercise 4. And when you finish, or at 1:05, is lap time. Go for it. I have, no, Katie's gone. Thank you, 5 minutes. So I think you can do this. You've got your formulas, just plug your numbers in. It's not an airplane. So we're short exercise 4, A and B. just for kicks, I'll solve it quietly. I'll zip it. Can you do it? You don't. The first year you multiply the $8 by the 1.3 miles, 1.3 million miles, and that would be your depreciation for year one. In year two, it's the 1 million. So you don't even need that 1.3 million miles. They only ask you for the second year's depreciation. I'm sorry? The 4 million miles, or the however many, 5 million miles. The biggest number is what they're expecting is 1.3 million for the first year, 1 million for the second year, maybe another million for the third year, maybe 500,000 for the, I don't know what they're expecting, but all of these numbers should add up to the 5 million. But it's only 1 million in year two. Okay. Did you have to compute year one to know year two? No. Did you have to compute year one to know year two here? Well, you just compute it one time, right? And what we're going to find is in declining balance, you must know year one to be able to, because it's part of years two's computation. So that's it. We're on lab, unless you have a question.